Welcome to One Chemistry. Always try to do your best. Now, let us see about 100 conversion in organic chemistry. We are seeing it as episodes. This is the episode number 120. If you didn't watch previous episodes, I encourage you to go and see. Here, we solve 5 problems step by step. Stay tuned. Let us see the question number 1. The starting middle is furan attached with second position aldehyde. Then you are reacting with conjugated ketone which have phenyl on either end. You are using sodium cyanide and DMF. They ask you to find the product. The products are like where the substitution or where the addition is occur there. Whether the addition occur with aldehyde, whether the addition occur in the second position or the fourth position, or double bond is there or double bond become ketone there, or double bond is formed or ketone is formed. So from the question to product you might understand special reaction is involved and one naming addition is involved here. The answer is C. Let us see how. The starting metal you are having cyanide, you are having carbonyl group. So definitely the possibility of benzyne condensation. It's a special one, it has hydrate shift. First, the cyanide attacks the carbonyl, you have the O- and hydrogen. The minus charge can be better stabilized by hydrate shift. Because the cyanide is the electron withdrawing group, it stabilizes a negative charge. So what really happens is hydrogen shift occur, you have the anion formation. Then you are reacting with conjugated ketone, you are having the anion. The anion is organic, it is soft. So it involves the 1,4 addition. If it is the hard one like from magnesium, you are having the hard 1,2 addition. Here 1,4 addition which is called Michael addition. So 1,4 addition happened, you have the charges there. Then you have new CC bond with cyanide and alcohol. The cyanide is a good leaving group. So alcohol become the ketone, you have the cyanide involved. Simultaneously ketone-enol tautomerism occurs there. So the enol become the ketone. So if you redraw nicely you have the answer C. Here you have to learn two important things. One is benzyne condensation. Benzyne condensation involves hydrogen shift there. It is because of its stability. Second thing is Michael addition. If you have organic nucleophile, you can blindly write it is a 1,4 addition, which is the Michael addition there. Then the question number 2. The starting middle is a multifunctional group compound. You have alkene, ketone and conjugated ketone and you have acetate. You are using tosyl hydrogen and acetic acid and sodium borocyanide. You are heating it up. They ask you to find the product. The products are mostly the question of what happened to ketone. The ketone is removed or reduced, or the ketone become alkene there, or double bond or conjugation creation occur there or not. So from the reactant to product you might guess fate of oxygen is important and position of double bond is the real question here. The answer is C. Let us see how. The starting metal you are having ketone, you are reacting with hydrogen. Hydrogen attacks the carbonyl, you have new CN bond with hydrogen. The tosyl it is a very good leaving group, it need a little bit trigger there. So you are using a reducing agent. Reducing agent attacks the system and you have charge shift, you have tosylate leaving. So you have N double bond formation. It's a kind of Shapiro reaction but with little modification. So again N2 is the good leaving group, you have the possibility of hydrogen elimination again. So you have double bond shift, you have the N2 elimination. So you have the product with anion. Next step you are using acid, you have final product C, which is just a hydrogen substitution in the anion. Here you have to learn two important things. One is carbonyl group with hydrogen. It is a kind of Shapiro reaction, final product is alkene. Second thing is charge travel. You have to master the charge travel. The charge always travel to stable system or always travel to the leaving group. Then the question number 3. The starting metal linear chain with diol there. Both diols are syn to each other. You are reacting with thioketone. Both sides it is attached with imidazole. You are using phosphorus methoxy group, which is a phosphine analog. You are heating it up. They ask you to find the product. The products are mostly cis alkene with different product, which is carbon dioxide or carbon disulfide, or trans alkene with different product, carbon disulfide or carbon dioxide. So from the reactant to product you might understand selective elimination of OH group is there. The answer is A. Let us see how. The starting metal is diol, but the real problem lying in the diol position. So we redraw the diol there. Both are synced to each other, so we redraw it nicely with stereochemistry. If you redraw, you have to rotate the OH above the plane. What really happens is OH, which is in the first position, go above the plane. So 1 and 2 alkyls are on the plane and 2 ethyl groups are anti to each other. What really happens is you are reacting with thioketone. The imidazole in the ketone is very good leaving group because of its aromaticity. It is aromatic, very stable, so it can stabilize itself. So once the O attacks the ring leaves, you have new carbon-oxygen bond formation. You have another imidazole. So if you attack another alcohol, you have the 5-member ring formation. So you have thioketone there with kind of ester form. Then you are using the phosphine. Phosphine is the sulfur pulling agent. So it pulls the sulfur from the system. You have carbene formation. It's a kind of very much unstable system. So how it can be quenched? The carbene is quenched as CO2. You have final product trans. Because both ethyl are anti to each other, product also trans there. Here you have to learn two important things. One is stereochemistry. You have to master the stereochemistry, otherwise you cannot achieve the desired product. Second thing is leaving group. You have to understand the leaving group chemistry better. Then only you can control or understand the regioselectivity. Then the question number 4. The starting metal is cyclohexane with oxygen. It's a hetero 6-member ring and you are having the carbene in the side chain. They ask you to find the product. There is no reagent because carbene is reactive, particularly it is an intermediate. So they ask how you quench the carbene. The carbene quenched by attacking the ring. In which way? So regioselective ring closure here. So quenching of carbene occur through carbon near to the oxygen or carbon away from the oxygen or axial or equatorial. So 4 possibilities. So from the reactant to product you might understand that the question is really about quenching of carbene and regioselective ring closure. The answer is A. Let us see how. The starting metal you are having carbene. Carbene is the electron deficient one. So it always attack electron rich center. So obviously electron rich center is the carbon near to the oxygen. The carbene basic behavior is insertion there. So it basically involved in the insertion where the electron is rich. The axial hydrogen is very much electron rich because of 2 reasons. One is it can be compensated by mesomeric effect on oxygen. Another thing is it can be stabilized by the hyperconjugation. So the carbene attacks the axial hydrogen, not the equatorial hydrogen. So carbene attacks, you have the 5-member ring formation. The equatorial hydrogen retained there. So if you look at closely, the answer is A. You have new 4-5 bond formation. Here you have to learn 2 important things. Why the axial is happened there. Because the axial carbon is very much electron rich because of its mesomeric effect of oxygen. Second thing is hyperconjugation. Here multiple stabilizing factor for axial hydrogen. One is hyperconjugation. After the hydrogen removal or hydride removal, you have the cation. That cation can be stabilized by hyperconjugation. Then the question number 5. They given the product E2-methylhexene, which is 3-ene. They ask the major product in which reaction, whether it is from silyl oxygen or from carbonyl or from the carbonyl with heterocyclic system or the alcohol with phosphoric acid. So there are the many possibilities. So you have to know how to generate specifically E form. So the question is really about way of OH elimination. The answer is D. Let us see how. The starting metal D having the side chain which is having active hydrogen. So if you use lithium HMDS, it removes the hydrogen, you have the anion there. The anion is a kind of halide, it is stabilized by sulfur. That halide attacks the carbonyl, you have the new carbon-carbon bond formation. The situation is exactly like Wittig reaction. This halide is stable halide because of its sulfur there. So the stable halide, what really happens is you have thermodynamical product which is normally E there. So we have to remove like phosphine oxide, here you have to remove sulfur and oxygen moiety. So you have the 2 removal, you have the final product which is E form. So if you read nicely, you have the E, which is 2-methyl hex 3-ene. Here you have to learn two important things. One is the size of the system. Here big systems are given for the confusion. It doesn't play any role here. Just a halide stabilize the anion. Second thing is stable halide always form thermodynamic product because it has more time in the excited state, so it can rotate freely, achieve the stable transform or E form. That's all from this episode. I hope it was easy. Thanks for watching. If you have any suggestion, comment below. Stay tuned for next episode.